Well, welcome back to the homestead. You can see behind me, I've gotten a little bit of work done since the last time y'all were out here, and I've gotten the tin down on this back porch. Now these are 9-foot sections of tin, and I was putting them down by myself, and that wasn't too bad. But my next challenge is I've got to get tin on this main pitch here, and that's a 22-foot long run of tin. So I'm trying to figure out today how I'm going to be able to get the tin up there without bending it and without scratching it, because this is painted tin and it will scratch fairly easy. And I've got to try and get it up there by myself in place and screwed down. So that's the challenge for the day. But let me show you what this back porch looks like. Alright, so this is the back porch. That's the first metal roof I've ever installed, but I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. All I did was pull a string here all the way down to that far edge. I measured my tin and took a measurement for the overlap there. I wanted 1 3/4 inches over the drip edge. I measured that back up to figure out where to nail the string in, and then I just pulled all the tin up to that string line, and it came out nice and straight. And you can see too, all the screws are nice straight lines there. And I achieved that by pre-drilling the metal before I put it up. And then once the metal's in place, the screw holes all fall in alignment. And doing that on this metal deck, you don't really have to worry about where the hole is, because there's going to be something for the screw to bite in anywhere you put the hole. So that works out fairly well. My next challenge is I've got to get tin up on this main pitch, and you can see I only have runners there. I'm not attaching the tin directly to the decking, but those runners are spaced evenly every 36 inches, except for that very top one. It's a foot off of the last one. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go down and take these sheets of tin that I can put on this back roof without cutting. I'm going to go ahead and pre-drill all those 36 inches on center, which should fall out to my runners. And then I got to figure out a way to get that up onto the roof without bending or scratching it, then get it held in place while I screw it down. So that's going to be the challenge for the day. So let's see what we can do. Alright, I got the tin drilled, and I tried to move a sheet of it, and while I can lift the weight of the metal is just so flimsy because it's 22 feet long that just one person lifting it in the middle, I'm afraid I'm either going to crease it and ruin the whole sheet, or I'm going to drop the end of it into the ground, being off balance or something like that, and scratch it up. And I'm trying not to waste any of the material. So I've had to come up with another way to move the tin from where the pile is to where I need it up on the roof. So what I'm going to try and do is rig up kind of a sled system. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So all I did was when the roof was decked, I had a piece of this OSB that was left over, and it's bowed and it's swole up because it was left out in the rain, and it's not really good for much, but I think it will work for making a temporary sled. And I just attached a 2x4 to the end of it as a catch, and I'm going to try and lay the tin on that, and then I tied in 2 runners, 2 pieces of rope here that'll run the length of the tin, and I'm hoping that'll give it enough support that I can hold the end of it here and balance the tin on it, use that 2x4 to actually pull it, and then slide it up through this little hillside here over to where you see the 2x4s going up onto the roof. So that's what I'm going to try and do now. Let's see if it works. Alright, the sled worked out good to solve the first part of my problem. It got the tin from over where it's stacked to here where I got to get it up onto the roof. My next problem is how to get it from laying flat on the ground here to standing up on the sled to get it up on top of the roof. So the way I'm going to do that is to attach a board to the end of the tin. Let me show you. So since I already have all these holes drilled in the end of the tin for where it's going to mount, what I'm thinking I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of 2x4 that I just drilled a hole in it and put a piece of cord through it, and I'm hoping I can get that to slide up the 2x4 runners here up on top of the roof. You can see I got the rope pulled up there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to screw this board to the end of the tin here, and then I'm going to try and pull the rope up there and see if the tin will just kind of naturally follow up onto the runners where I need it to, and then catch on this 2x4 stop here. So let's see if that's going to work or not. Alright, my plan to get the tin laid up onto the roof here worked out pretty good, but being able to pull it on up to the top of the roof, there was too steep of an angle, and the tin was going to bend when it came off the runners. So I raised the bottom end of the tin on, put it up on a sawhorse, and then I added a couple extra runners up on the roof to try and help ease the transition. We're going to try it again. Let's see if it works any better. Well, there you go. I won't say it's anywhere near easy, fast, or convenient, but you can put a piece of 22-foot long tin on the roof by yourself. It's just hard. Luckily, I only got to do it 39 more times. So, let me catch a breath. Alright. Well, I got that first piece of tin screwed down, and I wasn't able to film that. You can probably hear we got storms moving in, and they moved in really fast, so I had to go ahead and just get it screwed down tight so it wouldn't get blown off and get down off the roof before the lightning got too close. But I don't know if you can see it or not. There is one piece, there we go, of tin up on that back roof. So I do have a process that'll work, so I will be able to get them up there by myself, but it is slow, and hopefully it'll speed up a little as we go. These trees here are really in my way, so I couldn't line the tin up straight when I pulled it up with the sled. So when I get over in this area, that should make it a little easier, but then I got to work around this pile of material here, so that may make it a little harder. I don't know. I think when we get around to the front though, it'll be a lot easier to get it done. So anyway, for now, I'm going to sign off and get everything put away and get in out of this weather. Y'all come back.